Okay, speaking now with Sheridan Murphy from Fiery. Any other organizations you work with?
The American Indian Movement and the Leonard Peltier Defense Committee.
So why is it important for you to come out here today for the motorcade?
Well, one of the things I wanted to come out here with my brother was to make the point that, the indigenous people of this country are suffering under the current administration. They have not released all the CARES Act money to the tribes because some of the tribes, like the Pine Ridge Oglala Sioux Tribe and the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, have blockades up to try to keep people out because the Indian Health Service is so poor that if they have any COVID on the res, that it's going to be very impactful. There are only 4 ICU beds on Pine Ridge and I think 6 on Cheyenne River. And because they're doing that, this administration has punitively withheld CARES Act money. So things like that, we felt it was important to come out here and to represent Native people in a way to say to Donald Trump, and his administration to do the right thing for Native people if it's possible for them to do so.
Well, there was some news coming out of Oklahoma recently, right?
Right, the McGirt decision. The interesting thing with the McGirt decision is sometimes when these conservatives pick conservative constructionist constitutionalists, they end up picking the kind of people that are just going to read the Constitution straight. And if you read the Constitution straight, treaties are the supreme law of the land, and there's no way around it. And that's what happened in McGirt, is Roberts and Gorsuch read it and are like, there's no way around it. The treaty stands. This is Muskogee Creek land. So that's actually good for Native people in a kind of weird, counterintuitive way when they have some of those people put in the Supreme Court.
And so what's the message that you really want to get out to some of the Trump supporters that were here today? I mean, obviously, there was a little bit of a rally here with some members who support Black Lives Matter. What was your reason for kind of engaging with some of these folks?
Well, I think it's important for Native people to stand up for Black Lives Matter because Native lives don't matter either in this country. The reality is Black and Native lives don't matter. Native people suffer almost as high a rate of killings by the police as Africans do. You had Zachary Bear Heels in Oklahoma. You had Clarence Leading Fighter near Pine Ridge. So those kind of murders, and in fact, the officer that killed George Floyd had 2 years earlier killed a Native man, Walter Reyes, who was unarmed. So it's the same struggle in that sense. And it's important to be out here to support them, and it's important to bring up the Native issues. They talk about making America great again, but the question becomes, was it ever great? And until America deals with its original sins of slavery and the theft of native land, can it ever be great? And if it ever deals with those things in an honest and just way, then maybe we can get to somewhere where you could have the conversation of how to make America great.
So, will you be supporting Biden for president?
I'll use Bill Means' statement in 1980. The American Indian Movement, traditional indigenous peoples don't involve themselves in the internal affairs of a foreign state.
Okay. And any other things that you would like to add?
No, I'm good.
Well, thank you, Sheridan Murphy. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.